One of the seven wonders of the world, the Great Barrier Reef is the only living thing on Earth visible from space. It is also the world's largest coral reef, stretching about 2,300 kilometers. It is longer than the Great Wall of China. Not a common place to visit, but it is one of the seven wonders and is interesting to learn about. Many don't know that the Great Barrier Reef and don't know a lot of information on it, but I will be giving you 3 W's in order to remember important things about the reef. I have always been interested with marine life, and the Great Barrier Reef is a prime example of this. Reading and researching this topic has sparked many interests in more of my marine life and the beauty of it. I will be giving you the 3 W's. The first is what exactly the Great Barrier Reef is. The second W is the species that live on the Great Barrier Reef. And the third W is why the Great Barrier Reef is one of the great wonders and is dying off and how it can be fixed. With this, let's now cover the first W of what the Great Barrier Reef is. For most, the Great Barrier Reef is not a topic that they know much about and have a lot of knowledge on. According to an article labeled "What is the Great Barrier Reef?" from thegreatbarrierreef.org, it is known as one of Australia's most remarkable natural gifts and one of their largest tourist attractions, attracting over 2 million visitors each year. It is the largest living thing on Earth and includes the world's largest coral ecosystem. According to an article labeled Facts About the Great Barrier Reef from the GPRMPA.gov, this 16-mile-long reef extends south from the north tip of Queensland in northeast Australia to just north of Bundaberg. This natural wonder dates back about 20 million years ago, where it was formed because of new coral growing on a previous dead coral. According to the history and evolution of the Great Barrier Reef from greatbarrierreef.org, about 40,000 years ago, the reef was a flat, dry coastal plain. This is where the Aboriginal people, native to Australia, hunted and fished. The first W has now been completed, and you are more aware of what exactly the Great Barrier Reef is. Now moving on to the second W, which is what lives on the reef. The Great Barrier Reef is home to millions of marine species and different life forms, from microorganisms all the way up to some of the largest mammals such as sharks, whales, and dolphins. This is according to the article Marine Life by thegreatbarrierreef.com. Also from Marine Life, there are over 18,000 different species of fish, 125 varieties of sharks, and 30 species of whales and dolphins. According to an article called The Facts from thegreatbarrierreef.org, along with other living organisms in this ecosystem, it is also home to over 10,000 different types of sponge and about 600 plus different types of hard and soft coral. The coral plays the role as the backbone of the Great Barrier Reef. Coral has many roles and purposes when it comes to the reef, which is protecting the coastline, providing shelters and homes for many of the marine life, and also is a good source of nitrogen for the marine life surrounding it. The Great Barrier Reef plays a huge role for all of these organisms, big or small, and is important to have around. But as we will learn, the third W is going to inform us of why this great wonder is threatened and dying off. As we have just been informed, the Great Barrier Reef is in danger, and one of the several wonders of the world could potentially die off in our lifetime. The main threat to the Great Barrier Reef is the changes in ocean temperature and the change in climate. When the ocean becomes warmer and more acidic, it is death for much of the coral. According to the video, the Great Barrier Reef is in danger. The Great Barrier Reef has lost about 50% of its coral since the early 1980s. This coral provides a habitat for over 1 million species and is such a fundamental part of our ocean. These changes are about 30 to 40 years ahead, but could be prevented if climate change was slowed down. In order to preserve this natural wonder, the use of carbon dioxide needs to be slowed immensely. Overall, I have summed up this amazing wonder in 3 W's. The first W is informed you of what the reef is. The second W tells you what the Great Barrier Reef is home to. And the third and final one is telling you why the Great Barrier Reef is dying. The Great Barrier Reef is not just a huge tourist attraction or home to millions of marine species. It is an amazing wonder of the world that can be enjoyed by all.